Security Health Plan Life Focus webinar. Before we get started, it's important to mention that the information provided during today's webinar is designed for educational purposes only. It is not intended to be a substitute for informed medical advice or care. You should not use this information to diagnose or treat any health problems. Please consult your provider with any questions or concerns you might have regarding your personal health. My name is Angie Pirro, and I'm a health educator with Security Health Plan's Life Focus program. We are very fortunate to have with us today Megan Heyer. She is our health educator intern, and she is going to be talking with us today about emotional eating. This is a topic that touches so many, and so with that, I won't waste any more time. Let's jump right into an area that we're looking forward to learning more about. Thanks for being with us today, Megan.
Thanks, Angie. Like she said, my name is Megan Heyer, and today we're going to be talking about emotional eating. Let's talk about what emotional eating actually is, and then we'll take a look at the causes. Then we can identify the triggers of emotional eating, and finally, provide tips and strategies to help better manage emotional eating no matter how severe your symptoms may be. What actually is emotional eating? Emotional eating means that you're eating for reasons other than hunger. Unlike physical hunger occurring in your stomach, emotional eating occurs in your mind as a way to suppress negative emotions. Food becomes a distraction to your thoughts. Emotional eating becomes a problem when it interferes with making healthy choices. Let's take a look at the difference between emotional and physical hunger. When you have your mind set on a particular food and need instant gratification, that usually means you're emotionally hungry, compared to physical hunger when you're open to options and patient. Think of yourself rummaging through the cupboards, looking for something to eat, and nothing sounds satisfying. If this hunger was real, everything would seem appetizing. Emotional hunger also comes on sudden, where physical hunger is more gradual. If you are ever unable to stop eating when you are full, this is classified as emotional eating as well. After consuming more than you have wanted, you may have feelings of guilt about what you just ate. Using food from time to time as a way to celebrate or pick-me-up isn't necessarily a bad thing. The problem arises when eating becomes your primary coping strategy. Eating may feel good in the moment, but the feelings that triggered the eating are still there. Your feelings can then worsen because of the guilt from consuming unnecessary calories. Ask yourself these questions to find out whether or not you are an emotional eater. Do you reward yourself with food, such as having a bowl of ice cream after a long, stressful day at work? Do you eat when you are feeling stressed? Do you eat when you're hungry or not full? For example, do you give in to pleasure of eating a coworker's dessert to avoid hurting their feelings? Do you ever feel out of control around food? Have you found yourself unable to resist certain foods? Do you have a fear of missing out on food? For example, watching a friend eating a cookie and wanting one just because they are eating one. And lastly, do you have a bad relationship with your body? Do you tend to pick apart yourself in the mirror or hiding what you eat in front of others? Surprisingly enough, as you can see, we all eat for emotional reasons sometimes. So what actually causes emotional eating? The first cause is stress. The fact that stress makes you hungry is not just in your mind. Stress causes high levels of cortisol, which triggers cravings for salty, sweet, and high-fat foods. Those types of food then give you a burst of energy and pleasure. Negative emotions, such as anger, fear, sadness, anxiety, loneliness, and shame, can temporarily be silenced by eating. The food tends to numb your feelings. Boredom or emptiness is also another cause. Do you ever eat simply to give yourself something to do or fill a void in your life? food becomes a way to pass the time and may distract you from any dissatisfaction or loneliness in your life. Childhood habits are also a cause. Did your parents ever reward you with ice cream or pizza, or cheer you up with a sweet treat? These childhood habits can often carry into your adult life. Perhaps some of your eating is driven by past memories, such as baking cookies with grandma or grilling burgers with dad. The last cause is social influences. Getting together with family or friends is a great way to relieve stress. However, it often leads to overeating. It is easy to indulge if the food is there or if everyone else is eating and encouraging you. Now that we know what causes emotional eating, let's take a look at why emotional eating is even a concern for us. There are many negative consequences associated with emotional eating. Weight gain is the most obvious one and results from overeating and eating when you are not hungry. When you're eating more than your body is burning off, weight gain will occur. 75% of weight gain and obesity is attributed to emotional eating, making this topic a huge concern. Overeating can also cause periods of binging and purging. Binging happens when you consume a large amount of calories and is followed by purging or avoidance of food. This cycle is very unhealthy for your body. People often then tend to punish themselves for overeating and experience guilt for the absence of control that they may have. When you find that emotional eating starts to take over your life, you also tend to withdraw from others out of embarrassment or avoidance. So what can we do to help control our eating patterns? Whether you're an occasional emotional eater or emotional eating may be comprising your quality of life, here are some tips to get you on the right track. You can begin to recognize your triggers. The first step in managing your emotional eating is to find out which situations, places, or feelings make you reach for the food. You can accomplish this by keeping a food diary. Not only do you get a chance to write down all the foods that you consume throughout the day, you can keep track of your feelings before, during, and after to narrow down your triggers. For example, you might write, Snickers bar, at my desk, nervous about a big presentation. If you find that stress is causing your problems, then learn to tame your stress. Make daily exercise a priority along with 8 hours of sleep every night. Look for healthier ways to reduce your stress. Lastly, hunger reality check. Before you think about how your body feels, learn to recognize your hunger by feeling it in your stomach. If you feel hungry, try drinking water first to see if you are just thirsty before you begin to eat. If boredom is what is causing you to overeat, assign yourself different tasks throughout the day. Try taking a walk, cleaning, or calling a friend, or anything productive to take your mind off the craving. For some people, it is helpful to rid your home from any or most comfort food. If it's not available, you can't eat it. Consuming high-fat, high-sugar foods do not satisfy real hunger. Revamp your diet by adding nutrient-dense foods such as fruits, vegetables, and whole grains so that you will feel full longer. Also, instead of grabbing for the bag of chips, choose a healthy snack such as carrots. Doing your grocery shopping on a full stomach will help you stay focused on what you really need. Building a support network is key to most behavior change. Whether it is friends, family, or coworkers, surround yourself with positive people. Let those around you know what your goals are so that they can help you keep on track. You can develop other interests, such as joining a club or volunteering with a local organization. Being an active community member allows you to meet new people, boost your career options, and create balance in our lives. Another tip is to begin to learn from your setbacks. Try not to beat yourself up on the past and instead refocus and build inner strength. Use mistakes to your advantage for future success. Moderation and not elimination. Most diets today recommend you eliminate certain food groups, such as low carb or fat free. It can be really difficult to avoid certain foods completely and very unsustainable. So instead, try dividing your comfort foods into smaller portions and really focus on consuming in moderation. Lastly, research has shown that pleasure peaks after only 4 bites. So try having a few bites and calling it quits, and you will have equal pleasure with lower cost. Emotional eating can be a trap. Many people feel that they don't have control. Try using any or all of these tips to gain control and commit to making a positive change. Whether you're trying to lose weight or just get a better handle on your nutrition, there are important steps to help you succeed long term. Start off by setting goals for yourself to avoid emotional eating. Starting small with something as simple as waiting 5 minutes before giving into a craving can help create steps to better management. Any type of behavior change will rarely occur overnight. Having patience allows for setbacks and in turn will ensure better maintenance and success. Any setback that does not happen, try not to feel bad or blame yourself. Keep your self-esteem high. Give yourself credit for starting back up and continuing. Learn to love your body and treat it with respect. Listening to your body will help you achieve balance and establish a mind-body connection. Sometimes self-help is not enough. Your doctor can help you reach your weight loss goals safely and put you in touch with professionals who can put you on a path to a healthier relationship with food. Nutritionists can help you identify your eating patterns and get you on track with a better diet. Therapists can help you deal with your feelings and stress in your life. Stress not only leads to overeating, but long-term it can lead to many chronic conditions such as high blood pressure, weaken the immune system, and cause depression. Fitness experts can get your body's feel-good chemicals firing through exercise instead of food. Thank you for attending our life-focused webinar on emotional eating. I hope you'll be able to find ways in which this information can be applied to your life so that you may find eating to be a healthier and happier experience.